Hi friends, today's pick a card reading is all about your wealthy dream life and what abundance looks like for you. We'll explore your wealthy dream life and what abundance truly looks like for you today. We will explore your wealthy dream life and what abundance truly looks like for you. This isn't just about money, it's also about the freedom, joy, and the lifestyle that your soul is calling in. If you are new to pick a card readings, here's how it works. The first thing that you're going to do here is you are going to pick the pile or the crystal that you are the most intuitively drawn to. So we have pile 1 here. We have a piece of Moldavite. The special thing about this piece of Moldavite is that it is an authentic piece of Moldavite from the Czech Republic, and this comes from a meteorite 15 million years ago, and this stone is known to be extremely high vibrational. It can bring on rapid emotional evolution. It definitely brings forward unexpected solutions. It's all about your intuition and spiritual growth, and it's a strong heart-opening stone. So it definitely releases deep trauma. It can bring some intense healing and transformation, but ultimately it removes any sort of blockages that are holding you back from your true potential. We have pile 2 here, and we have a golden healer quartz dog carving here. I love this little carving. It reminds me of my mom's French bulldog. So golden healer quartz can be found in many different places, but this one comes from South America, and this is all about total body energy. It's about flow, vitality, joy. The master healer unblocks stagnant energy, and it's really uplifting, and it's all about physical and emotional recovery. It's also been said to reoxygenate blood and the immune system. We have pile 3 here, and we have an Amethyst Cat. This one can be found in North and South America, and amethyst is all about peace and tranquility. It promotes feelings of calm and mental clarity. You can also use this stone to release toxic behaviors, and some people have even reported that it brings them migraine relief and immune system support. We have pile 4 here, and we have a piece of tiger's eye. This can be found in South Africa, the Americas, and Burma, and you can use tiger's eye for protection, luck, grounding. You can use tiger's eye to release fear and build confidence. Some people report that this relieves feelings of fatigue and gloom, and that it supports their metabolism. You can choose one pile, you can choose more than one pile, or you can choose all of them. It is totally up to you. But when you're ready, go to the description of this video, find the timestamp that's linked to your pile, and then you can skip ahead to your reading. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, friends. It is such an honor and a privilege, and I will see you on the inside. Hi pile 1, hey friends, welcome to your reading. So let's first talk about the energy of your wealthy era. Let's talk about what energy you embody when you're abundant. We'll talk about what your mindset is like, and we'll also talk about your confidence and your daily rhythm. We have the King of Wands in reverse here, and this one says, shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. So when the King of Wands is upright, the king is known as somebody who is a very visionary leader. The king is bold and very confident, but reversed, this can talk about maybe you being in a period where you're learning to refine your power. Maybe you're done with overexerting yourself or chasing every idea, and instead your wealth is going to come from being strategic and focused and very balanced in your leadership and creative fire. I think that you are someone who is very naturally mature in terms of their leadership style. You have self-discipline, and this is all about direction over domination. So for example, maybe this looks like career leadership for you. Maybe you run a YouTube channel or a brand or a small business, but now you lead with calm authority. Maybe you delegate and you hire a video editor or an assistant instead of doing everything yourself. And maybe the mindset shift here is that you stop overthinking your purpose and instead you follow a clear plan. Maybe you'll say, I'll post 3 high quality videos this week instead of trying to do 10 things halfway. Or maybe the confidence here is that you learn to communicate your ideas clearly without needing that outside validation. So in meetings or partnerships, you hold your ground with that quiet confidence rather than force. We also have ancient muse, soul truths, higher self, and deep inspiration. So this card represents you being a vessel for this timeless inspiration. Your abundance is going to grow when your work reflects something soulful and raw and deeply authentic. It's about connecting your creative expression to ancient truth or personal wisdom that really does uplift others. This is all about you channeling wisdom and having this deep creativity and this artistic authenticity. Maybe some of you here will start incorporating ancestral or intuitive wisdom into your content, whether this looks like astrology or tarot or self-development videos that blend practical advice with spiritual truth. Very much like this channel. Maybe some of you here work best in environments that feel inspiring. Maybe this is soft lighting and incense and plants. Maybe you have a view out your window of the ocean or nature in some way, or, a sprawling city. Whatever it is, it's the space that helps you receive ideas rather than chase them. So I think the mindset shift here is that maybe you stop copying others' formulas and you start creating from your own inner truth. And that shift magnetically draws in the right audience or the right clients. Now, let's talk about what your abundance looks like. We'll paint a picture of your career, your home, your relationships, your surrounding, and we're going to focus on sensory detail. So what do you see? What are you wearing? What are you eating? What are you creating? We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here. The little sign on the door here says, "This witch is in." And it says, "There's no need to sacrifice. You can have it all." I love that. So your dream life is going to come when you learn how to take care of yourself as much as you take care of everyone else. You are the type of person that's already mastered giving, and so now it's time to work on receiving. I know that I've been somebody who needed to learn this lesson over and over again. I remember I would always focus on doing more, and it's hang on, allow other people to help you, allow other people to support you, allow yourself to have resources that make things easier, because when you're in a state of ease, when you're in a state of flow, when things are fun and flowy for you, everybody benefits from that. So I think that this is all about self-care. This is about boundaries, and this is about you having wealth through balance. So maybe this looks like work-life balance for you, where you might set strict no work after 5 p.m. boundaries so that you can enjoy family dinners or slow mornings. And the result here is more productivity and less burnout. Maybe some of you here are going to be focusing on financial stability. Maybe you hire a financial planner, or you open a high yield savings account, or you start investing and you create this true security instead of just income. I think in terms of your home life, your surroundings are going to be reflecting luxury in simplicity. I think that you're going to be having fresh flowers in the home. Maybe your home has natural fabrics and cozy textures, and you cook nourishing meals, right? Whatever feels warm and good to your soul. We also have Direction Guardian, choose your path. So clarity and focus are going to be key for you here. Your abundance is going to flow when you fully commit to one aligned path instead of scattering your energy. So maybe some of you here pick one main project, such as your YouTube channel or your Etsy shop, and maybe you dedicate most of your time and your resources to it. Maybe some of you here relocate or redesign your home to better support your lifestyle and your values. Maybe some of you here are going to be refining your brand identity or your content style, and you're going to make your work cohesive and magnetic. Next, let's talk about how to get there. Let's talk about the path, the transformation, or the shift that's needed to manifest this dream life, and we're going to tie it to real world action. We have the 9 of Wands in reverse here, and this one says, "It would take a hell of a lot more to defeat you." So manifesting wealth for you involves pacing yourself and protecting your energy. Pile 1, you don't need to fight every battle. I think that the key here is that smart persistence wins. So maybe you stop overworking or obsessing over analytics, and you trust that consistent intentional effort is going to bring you to where you desire instead. Or maybe some of you here automate workflows or hire help, or you allow for strategic rest without falling behind. Maybe you create boundaries around work hours or meetings or social media so that you can prevent burnout. We also have Closing Circle. This one says pure intent, sacred doors, timing, and experience. Pile 1, it would be really important for you to align your intentions and to close any sort of outdated chapters and to trust divine timing. I feel like your path is something that requires clarity and this sacred focus. So maybe some of you here officially close old projects or partnerships to make space for new opportunities. or maybe you streamline offerings, or you retire products or services that no longer fit your vision. I think that some of you here are also going to be setting rituals or routines like new moon intentions or workspace cleansing so that you can keep your goals very much aligned and sacred. Now, let's talk about signs that you're aligning with it. Let's talk about the synchronicities or emotions to keep an eye out for as you step into your wealthy dream life. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse here. And this says, if your life feels stale, explore some new scenery. So I feel like you'll notice alignment when you release that emotional attachment to the past and when you stop romanticizing what didn't work. So I feel like you're going to feel peace after you leave old jobs or collaborations or living situations with no resentment. I feel like you're going to confidently declare that you're done with that chapter and you're actually going to mean it. So I think that you're going to stop comparing yourself to others and you're really going to find contentment and clarity in your own progress. Now, we also have the last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice gratitude. So I think that daily gratitude and optimism are things that are going to accelerate your abundance. So pile 1, focus on adventure and curiosity and finding joy in the small victories. I think that maybe you could list 3 things that you're grateful for every morning so that you can shift your mindset and really tune it to the vibration that attracts more abundance and wealth and the things that you're looking for. I also think that would be really important to celebrate milestones like your income goals or your completed projects or whatever habits that you want to maintain consistently. I also think that you're going to be able to maintain this optimism and this curiosity even during the periods that feel slow. And you're going to know that your small efforts will compound into something super beautiful and big. Now, let's get some additional info here. We have a dream catcher, and this one says dream catcher, lucky in Native American cultures. A dream catcher is a hoop on which is woven a web that may have items such as feathers or beads hanging from it. It allows good dreams to flow through while catching bad ones. As dawn breaks and sunlight touches the dream catcher, the bad dreams evaporate, leaving you feeling refreshed and well rested. How to capture luck? Hang a dream catcher over your bed to get a better night's sleep. So I feel like this is all about divine protection and luck supporting your abundance path. I think that your intuition knows how to filter out negative energy and really allow inspired ideas to flow. So maybe some of you here have perfect timed opportunities that will show up for you, whether this is collaborations or features or viral content right when you need them. Or maybe you'll notice signs of alignment in your daily life like feathers or repeating numbers or coincidences that really do guide your decisions. I also think that this is my pile that's going to see moments of quiet reflection or meditation that leads to creative breakthroughs. And this is something that's going to propel your projects forward. Let's also roll some astro dice to get more info for pile 1. Okay, so we have Mercury in the 11th house. So I feel like abundance for you is going to be strongly tied to networking and communication and group-oriented opportunities. Your wealth is going to flow when your ideas connect with communities and collaborations or collective projects. So for example, maybe some of you here want to launch a membership or an online course or some sort of community platform where your ideas can reach a lot of people. Maybe some of you here would be interested in collaborating with other creators or entrepreneurs or influencers to expand your income streams. I can also see some of you here monetizing your social networks, maybe newsletters, social media content, group coaching. I also feel the energy of you receiving opportunities or referrals from friends or networks or professional organizations. I also feel the energy of many of you here receiving opportunities or referrals from friends or networks or professional organizations. And I can also see some of you here selling products or services that really do serve a niche community, like specialized kits or resources or workshops. I just feel like your abundance looks social, it looks idea-driven, and it's very much collaborative rather than purely solitary or traditional. So yes, thank you so much, friends. Please comment below with which pile you chose and with one word that describes your dream life energy. Let's claim it into the universe. If you want to drop me an emoji instead, you can definitely do that as well. If you felt this reading, please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who's manifesting abundance too. Your next level life is already unfolding, and all you need to do is say yes to it. If you feel like going deeper, I've got my private readings, my online shop, and my podcast all linked for you below in the description of this video. I am so honored to be connected with each and every one of you friends here. Lots of love, Tidal fam. I will see you on the next video. Bye friends. Love y'all. Hi pile 2. Hey friends. Welcome to your reading. Let's talk about the energy of your wealthy era. Let's talk about the energy that you embody when you're abundant, and we'll talk about what your mindset is like, your confidence, and your daily rhythm. We have the 6 of Swords here, and this one says, all aboard witch, it's time to write a new chapter. So pile 2, I feel like your abundant energy is one of transition and flow. You've moved past struggle, and I feel like now you're navigating towards stability and clarity. With this, I feel like your mindset is calm. It's very much reflective, and I think that it's solution oriented. Confidence is going to come from knowing that you've overcome challenges and that you can adapt with grace. So for example, maybe some of you here are leaving a stressful job or a business model and you're smoothly transitioning into a new, more aligned income stream. Or maybe some of you here organize your day around movement and travel. Maybe this is a morning walk or a short commute to a creative workspace or some sort of shift in routine. But I feel like whatever this is, it's going to make you feel a lot more mentally light and fluid. I also think that many of you here are going to be consciously creating these smooth transitions for others, maybe like mentoring or like having a junior team member that you guide or really guiding clients through processes. I think that this is going to reflect your calm leadership abilities. We also have Hold the Light, Lemuria, Ancient Memories, Sensitive Gifts, and I Remember. I feel like you access abundance through remembering your own innate gifts and your deep wisdom, which includes your intuitive and ancestral knowledge. I feel like you have this energy that resonates with sensitivity and clarity, and this really does allow you to hold light for yourself and others. So for example, maybe you tap into an intuitive business idea, such as knowing which product to launch next or what content will resonate with people without overanalyzing things. Or maybe you create rituals that reconnect you to ancestral practices, like journaling ancient wisdom or having some sort of meditative visualization. I also think that many of you here are going to be recognizing patterns in your life that guide you toward abundance, such as repeating opportunities or maybe coinciding meetings with mentors. Next, let's talk about what your abundance looks like. We'll paint a picture of your career, your home, your relationships, your surroundings, and we're going to focus on sensory detail. We're going to focus on what you see, what you wear, what you eat, and what you create. We have the sun here, and it says, give yourself permission to experience joy. So I feel like your abundance feels radiant. It feels joyful. It feels visible. I think that your life is full of vitality and success and playful energy. And so your career and your home and your relationships all reflect this lightness and this creativity and expansion. Now, in terms of like a sensory picture, I feel like this is all about bright sunlit spaces. I think this is all about warm, cheerful colors and fresh, vibrant food and laughter in relationships and really having this sense of lightness in your daily life. I feel like you're going to be wearing clothes and items that feel fun and expressive and confident and not heavy or constraining. Maybe for some of you here, you'll end up hosting live events or workshops or creative content online that makes people feel energized and inspired. Or maybe your home has open windows and natural sunlight and plants, and you really have created this space that supports energy and optimism. I can also see many of you here eating, again, colorful meals, fresh meals, smoothies, salads, or meals that are rich in variety, anything that really does make you feel vibrant and nourished. We also have Guardian Angel. You are not alone. So pile 2, you are supported and guided. I feel like this is just coming through as reassurance. I feel like your abundance doesn't have to feel like a solo struggle. Like you can reach out for guidance, you can reach out for mentorship and help, and the universe will support you. Maybe some of you here will receive practical assistance, like an unexpected mentor or financial advice or tech support that eases your path. Maybe some of you here collaborate with like-minded peers and you have this knowing that you don't have to build everything alone. Maybe some of you here notice small signs of support like timely messages or referrals or opportunities, which really confirms that help is present for you. Next, let's talk about how you're going to get there. We'll talk about the path, the transformation, or the shift that is needed to manifest this dream life, and we'll tie it to real-world action. we have the Page of Wands in reverse here, and this one says, just because you're passionate about it doesn't mean it'll be effortless. So I think that you're going to manifest abundance by addressing any sort of feelings of impatience or scattered energy or the fear of starting something new, like a fear of starting a new venture. You're going to learn to slow down and plan strategically rather than jumping into every idea. So for example, maybe you resist chasing after every new trend or side project and you choose instead to focus on one project that shows real promise. Like for example, for me, I tell this story over and over on my channel, but when I first started in my content creation journey, I was spreading myself thin. I was posting on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. It was just like everything. Facebook, a blog, my podcast. I was like literally just trying to like spin all of the wheels and try to put myself on all the platforms so I could get more reach. But I was scattering my energy. And so the moment that I chose to double down and really pour all of my energy into the platform that made me feel best and the platform that I loved working with the best, which is YouTube, I just saw the most returns after that. And so this is about honing in. Maybe you're going to take the time to research or develop skills before you launch a new business or a course. And maybe it helps you to avoid costly trial and error mistakes. I can see some of you here putting a pause to impulsive spending on tools or courses or materials until you know that they truly support your vision, right? Like you don't have to sign up for all of the things. You don't have to sign up for expensive auto scheduling. I just remember that when I first started, I thought I had to like buy all the systems, and I didn't need to. You know, I thought I had to have like the most expensive equipment, and I did not. A lot of my earlier videos, if you go to like my very first videos on my channel, some of those were recorded on my iPhone, like my non-upgraded iPhone back in the day. So yeah, this is just about you working with what you have and really just going for it, really just starting the creative process. We also have mirror magic. This one says lunar light, past lives, spectrum, and self-care. So your growth is going to come from reflection and self-awareness and this conscious care of your inner and outer world. You align with abundance when you see yourself clearly and when you heal past patterns and when you really honor your energy. I think that some of you here are going to be creating these reflective routines, maybe journaling on past challenges and reviewing successes and really setting monthly intentions. I feel like you're going to invest in self-care rituals like baths or meditation or energy clearing, knowing that your well-being is directly tied to your productivity. I feel like many of you here are going to start to recognize any sort of repeating patterns that came from your past life or any sort of ancestral lessons that you're trying to be more conscious of and like consciously shift your behavior with. Like for example, maybe you want to respond calmly in conflicts instead of reacting impulsively. That's just one example. Next, what I would love to do is talk about the signs that you can look out for to confirm that you're aligning with your dream life. Let's talk about the synchronicities or the emotions to keep an eye out for as you step into your wealthy dream life. We have the King of Swords here, and this one says, we can all learn important things from one another. So pile 2, you are going to notice alignment when your clarity, logic, and integrity sharpen. So I feel like decisions are going to feel confident and boundaries are going to feel clear and your voice is going to be very much authoritative yet fair. Like I can see some of you here negotiating rates or contracts confidently, knowing that your services are valuable. Or maybe some of you here are going to be creating systems and policies in your business or your life that make this decision making more easy and organized for you. I can also see some of you here speaking clearly and very decisively in conversations where you cut through any sort of drama or indecision, which is great. That's so valuable in today's day and age. We also have New Moon in Taurus, know your worth. So alignment is going to show up when you recognize and when you honor your value. I think that things like gratitude and self-respect are things that amplify your manifestation. So maybe some of you here will raise your prices or your fees because you understand that your expertise is worth it. Or maybe some of you here will be spending intentionally on items and tools or experiences that truly enhance your quality of life. I think that some of you here are going to be practicing daily affirmations or reflection exercises that reinforce your self-worth and attract abundance. Let's also get some additional info here. We have the Four of Wands, and this one says, family is whoever makes you feel the most safe and comfortable being you. That's hanging under this witch's coat rack or like hat rack. This is a place to hang your witch hat. So with the Four of Wands in reverse here, I feel like you are aligning when you find joy in personal achievement rather than relying on external celebrations. So I think that your focus is going to shift to this internal satisfaction rather than outward validation. So I feel like many of you here are gonna be so proud of completing a project or hitting a milestone, even if no one else sees it immediately. I think that many of you here are going to be creating your own rituals of celebration, maybe a special meal, a day off, or a small personal reward. And I also think that many of you here are going to be enjoying your home and your space privately, really taking pride in comfort and security without needing others' approval. We also have Kachinas. And on the back of this, it says Kachinas, lucky in Pueblo Indian cultures. So this one says increase luck. Traditional and Pueblo Indian religions in the southwest of North America, these Hopi figures symbolize nature spirits that connect humans with the spirit world. Made from the root of the cottonwood tree, which can find water in the driest climate, the Kachina figures visit the village for the first half of the year. There are over 200 types of Kachina, and each can use its individual powers for human good. The sun-faced Kachina, for example, brings warmth and a positive future. How to capture luck? Protect your home and attract good fortune by welcoming in a Kachina. So I always like to say on this channel that this is by no means me promoting any sort of cultural appropriation. So if it doesn't make sense to you, I'm gonna, leave that logic and discernment up to you. But what I feel that this card means for you in this reading is that this is all about lucky timing. This is about protection, and this is about cultural blessings supporting your path. I think that your synchronicities may appear as gentle nudges or fortunate opportunities. Like maybe some of you here receive unexpected financial support, or a collaboration opportunity, or a client referral that accelerates your growth. Maybe some of you here notice symbols or signs, things like objects or animals or timing that really do reinforce to you that you're on track. Maybe some of you here will have encounters with mentors or peers or resources that happen just when you need them to move forward. Let's roll some astro dice to get more info for pile 2. We have Mars in the second house. So your abundance looks earned, active, and very much self-made. Pile 2, you thrive through initiative, hustle, and decisive action in how you make, manage, and multiply money. So this to me represents entrepreneurial income. Maybe you build your own business, your brand, or your side hustle, something where your personal drive directly affects your earnings, like real estate or fitness coaching or design or content creation. I also think that this is about tangible rewards. You are going to enjoy physical symbols of success. Maybe this is high quality tech gear or a beautiful car, maybe well-tailored clothes or tools that enhance your productivity. I also feel like this means financial independence for you. Maybe you prefer controlling your income flow, really taking charge of the budgeting and the investments and the long-term wealth building. I can also see you living a more motivated lifestyle, like maybe your abundance includes a fast-paced routine, workouts, maybe power breakfasts, clear goals, maybe checking off tasks that bring visible progress. I also think that this is you having this competitive edge that you bring to the table. You are most abundant when you're doing work that excites you or involves a little bit of friendly competition. I think that things like sales goals or brand milestones or creative launches or athletic achievements could be huge here. I just think that in short, your abundance is going to thrive when you move boldly and you act decisively and when you turn effort into tangible success. So thank you so much, friends. Comment below which pile you chose and one word or emoji that describes your dream life energy. Let's claim it into the universe. If you felt this reading, remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who's manifesting abundance too. Your next level life is already unfolding and all you need to do is say yes to it. If you feel like going deeper, I've got my private readings, my online shop, and my podcast all linked for you below in the description of this video. I am so honored to be connected with each and every one of you friends here. Lots of love, Tidal fam. I will see you on the next video. Bye friends. Love y'all. Hi pile 3. Hey friends. Welcome to your reading. Let's first talk about the energy of your wealthy area. Let's talk about the energy that you embody when you're abundant. We'll talk about what your mindset is like, your confidence, and your daily rhythm. We have the Magician here, and this says you have everything you need to do anything you want. So pile 3, your abundant energy is one of manifestation, skill, and initiative. So pile 3, your abundant energy is all about manifestation, skill, and initiative. I feel like you have all the tools and the creativity and the focus to turn your ideas into reality. So if you keep a proactive mindset and you stay confident and solution oriented, especially as it has to do with like the daily rhythm of aligning your thoughts and your actions and your resources toward your goal, you will reach success. So for example, maybe some of you here will actively create your business strategy each morning, planning your content, planning your products or your collaborations with clear steps. Or maybe some of you here design daily routines that maximize productivity, such as morning planning or client follow-ups or dedicated creative blocks. Maybe some of you here leverage your network or tech tools or personal skills to execute projects efficiently. Maybe you want to combine social media or design or software and delegation for maximum results. We also have tune your frequency. This one says boundaries, magnetism, and energy clearing. So pile 3, magnetism and boundaries are going to be your secret weapons. I think that energy clearing and focused attention are things that will amplify your manifestation ability. So for example, maybe you start every workday with a short energy clearing ritual, like a brief meditation or smudging or journaling intentions to enter a more productive state. So for example, when I wake up, I cleanse myself every morning with Florida water, and that allows me to begin my day fresh, clear, protected, and cleansed. Now, maybe some of you here begin declining invitations or commitments that drain your energy, and you preserve your focus for high impact opportunities. Maybe some of you here surround yourself with uplifting people and environments that support your growth and creativity, where you avoid negative influences. Next, let's talk about what your abundance looks like. Let's paint a picture of your career, your home, your relationships, your surroundings, and we're going to get focused on sensory detail. We're going to talk about what you see, what you wear, what you eat, and what you create. We have the Tower in reverse here, and this one says, get ready, things are about to get shaken up. So I feel like your abundance could come after something that might feel disruptive or like something that shook up your life a little bit, but in a controlled, constructive way. Like, I think that you're going to rebuild with wisdom and avoid repeating these chaotic patterns. I feel like your wealth is something that's going to be stable and secure and aligned. And so I feel like you're going to live in a home that feels safe yet inspiring. Like maybe this is a renovated loft or a cozy modern apartment, or maybe you have a home office with natural light and organized spaces. I can see many of you here wearing comfortable but stylish outfits that signal both authority and ease. Like maybe it's athleisure. I also feel like your meals are going to be very wholesome and energizing, and maybe even often like home cooked. I can also see some of you here avoiding impulsive financial decisions by planning major purchases carefully, like investing in property or equipment after you do thorough research. Maybe some of you here need a new couch, but before you just go out and buy the next couch that you see, you do your research, you see what works for you and your home and your family or whatever it is that you have going on. That's just kind of what I'm talking about here. Maybe some of you here will restructure your work-life balance to prevent past burnout from recurring. Like maybe you want to delegate operational tasks while you focus on creative strategy. I can also see many of you here creating stable systems, things like calendars, financial tracking, or content schedules that keep life predictable and productive. We also have Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. So pile 3, your intuition and your inner wisdom are things that are going to guide your wealth. I think that honoring your own voice and knowing your limits are things that are going to protect and accelerate your abundance. So for example, maybe some of you here start to listen to your gut instincts when you decide whether or not to invest in a project or a partnership. Maybe some of you here create boundaries for your personal and professional life where you trust what feels right over external pressure. Maybe some of you here journal or meditate to check in with your deeper knowing before you make any sort of major decisions. Next, let's talk about how you're going to get there. We'll talk about the path, the transformation, or the shift that's needed to manifest this dream life, and let's tie it to real world action. We have the 8 of Wands in reverse here, and this one says light a fire underneath your cauldron and go, go, go. So progress is going to require patience and avoiding scattered energy, pile 3. I feel like you're going to achieve abundance by pacing your initiatives rather than forcing rapid results. Like maybe you slow down the rollout of a new product or a program so that you can make sure that the quality of it is good to go instead of rushing to launch. Or maybe some of you here resist the urge to chase every trend and focus instead on projects that align with your long-term goals. Like I remember when I first started my content creation journey, I had to get very clear. What is my why behind this? Well, I love to create. I love to help others. I love to self-express and create in this way specifically. But was I going to create on social media for fame, for clout, for money, to help others? Could it be a mix of all of them? But I had to get very clear, and it's like I wasn't really interested in being the most famous tarot reader on YouTube, but I knew that I wanted to help others. I knew that I wanted to let my passion and my creativity be a viable source of income for me so that it could support me and my kids. And I also knew that I wanted it to be a beautiful equal energy exchange where I pour out love and that same love pours back into me. So yeah, I just feel like maybe some of you here are going to be doing stuff like that, or maybe you're going to be allowing time for reflection and adjustments before you commit to any sort of collaborations or investments. We also have Salamander, Ouroboros, creative work, infinite wisdom, and alchemy. So creative alchemy is your tool. You know how to transform ideas and challenges and resources into valuable results. And maybe this happens in cyclical or maybe even iterative ways. For example, maybe you repurpose old content or products into new formats that generate income with less effort. Or maybe you apply lessons from past projects to improve efficiency and results in your current work. Or maybe some of you here experiment with creative strategies, really mixing marketing and storytelling and design so that you turn a small concept into a profitable venture. Next, let's talk about the signs to look out for that you are aligning with your dream life. Let's talk about the synchronicities and emotions to keep an eye out for as you step into this wealthy dream life. We have the Ace of Wands here, and this one says, "Don't you see how your passion makes you glow?" So you'll notice alignment when your inspiration and your opportunity come through as very clear, actionable ideas. Like this is a energy and motivation surge, and this is your signal that it's time to act. So maybe some of you here have a new business idea or a collaboration or a creative project that sparks excitement and it feels doable. I think that some of you here could experience sudden clarity on the next steps for a launch or career move. And maybe some of you here feel energized to take practical action like designing a product or filming a studio or creating a service offering. We also have full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. So I feel like reality checks confirm alignment. This could be practical evaluation, things like discipline, and really making sure that you commit and you ensure that your wealth is sustainable. So maybe some of you here review your finances or your contracts or your schedules with clear-eyed honesty to ensure that projects are realistic. Or maybe some of you here make structural adjustments like hiring support staff or refining your workflow based on what's feasible long-term. Or maybe some of you here track progress toward measurable milestones like revenue goals or audience growth so that you can stay grounded. Let's get some additional info here. We have a rainbow card. On the back of it, it says, "Rainbow, lucky in several cultures around the world, increase luck." Rainbows symbolize beginnings and good luck, appearing after a storm to prove that there's light after darkness. A rainbow appeared after the great flood in the Bible as a promise from God that he would never flood the world again. In Ireland, leprechauns keep their pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, which therefore symbolizes wealth, and in ancient Japan, the rainbow was believed to be a celestial bridge, known as the floating bridge of heaven, that the creators of the world stood on to create land. How to capture luck? Look out for the combination of rain and sun to spot a rainbow in the sky. This reminds me, sorry, I just want to make a side note. I don't know if any of you here have seen rainbows out there and been reminded of your ancestors or like passed on loved ones. That's one way that like my ancestors, my guides, and people who are on my spirit team connect with me and let me know that everything's okay or that I'm on the right path. There are many different signs, but I just wanted to point out that if you're seeing rainbows, that could be like a message from your loved ones on the other side saying they're okay. I remember on a specific road trip that I took through Oregon, I was going to the Oregon coast, and I had this odd like inclination to, I was driving forward, but I had this odd inclination to like kind of cock my head back toward the mountainside that I was passing by. And when I looked behind me, there were two rainbows splashed in two of the valleys that we were passing by. And an uncle of mine who I was close with recently had passed away during that time. And I just knew it was him. I knew it was him coming through providing comfort, letting us know that he was okay. So yeah, just wanted to share that story. But in terms of what the rainbow means for you in this reading, I feel like your path to abundance is going to be supported by luck, by signs, and by opportunities, and by your team, your ancestors, your spirit guides that appear when you're aligned. I think that you'll see symbols of hope, of diversity, and reward, and it's going to reinforce that you're on track. So maybe some of you here have unexpected opportunities come up, like a client referral or a collaboration or a sponsorship maybe arrives out of the blue. Maybe some of you here notice subtle signs like color patterns or synchronicities or coincidental timing, and this confirms that you're moving in the right direction. Maybe some of you here will have those moments of joy or celebration or serendipity that really signal that your work is attracting positive outcomes naturally. Let's roll some astro dice. Let's get more info for pile 3. We have the moon in the second house. So your abundance feels emotional, nurturing, and deeply tied to security and comfort. Pile 3, you attract wealth when your work feels personally meaningful and emotionally fulfilling, not just profitable. So in a concrete way, here's what this could look like. Maybe some of you here will have some sort of home-based income or a cozy workspace. Like maybe you want to work from home where you create this nurturing environment, like a candlelit office or plants or comfy textures, where you feel safe and creative. That's exactly what I wanted to create here. So 10 out of 10 recommend. I would absolutely do that, but to each their own. Maybe this looks like you getting income from care or intuition or beauty. Maybe you're going to have a job that involves emotional connection or healing or design or food, maybe real estate or personal services, tarot readings, coaching, wellness, homemaking, art, anything like that. I also think that this is you spending time in places that comfort and restore you, and really maybe even investing in soft fabrics, comforting foods, maybe being in a home that feels like a sanctuary, or maybe even taking travels that feel emotionally enriching rather than flashy or draining. This could also talk about like money fluctuating with your moods, like income and spending being something that mirror your emotional state. So when you're emotionally stable, that equals financial stability, if you know what I'm talking about. And I also feel like your feeling wealthy is going to equal you feeling safe. Like you measure wealth not only by your bank balance, but by how supported and peaceful and emotionally steady you feel. So all in all here, I feel like your abundance looks like emotional wealth, things like domestic beauty and security that really does feel like home. So thank you so much, friends. Please comment below which pile you chose and one word or emoji that describes your dream life energy. Let's claim it into the universe. If you felt this reading, please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who's manifesting abundance too. Your next level life is already unfolding, and all you have to do is say yes to it. If you feel like going deeper, I've got my private readings, my online shop, and my podcast all linked for you below in the description of this video. I'm so honored to be connected with each and every one of you friends here. Lots of love, Tidal fam. I will see you on the next video. Bye, friends. Love you. Hi, pile 4. Hi, friends. Welcome to your reading. So let's first talk about the energy of your wealthy era. Let's talk about the energy that you embody when you're abundant, what your mindset is like, your confidence, and your daily rhythm. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse here. And this one says, treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. Your abundant energy is flexible and expansive, and I feel like you release any sort of tight control that you have over money or resources or old habits, which allows wealth to flow in. So I feel like your mindset is confident yet open, and your daily rhythm probably includes things like balance between earning and spending and enjoyment. So for example, maybe you invest in opportunities instead of hoarding resources. Maybe you buy tools or courses or services that accelerate your growth. Maybe some of you here donate or share your resources generously. Maybe you create goodwill that circles back in unexpected ways. I can also see some of you here allowing yourselves to treat yourself without guilt. Maybe you want to pay for self-care, quality meals, or experiences that nurture your confidence. We also have the mountain, obstacles ahead, overcoming fear, and perseverance. So I feel like perseverance and overcoming obstacles are central. You see challenges as temporary and solvable rather than barriers like other people do. So for example, maybe you tackle a difficult client or business or financial challenge methodically rather than avoiding it. Or maybe you schedule time to earn new skills or improve efficiency to overcome professional obstacles. Maybe some of you here set long-term goals and chip away at them consistently, knowing small progress accumulates into big success. Next, let's talk about what your abundance looks like. Let's paint a picture of your career, your home, your relationships, your surroundings, and we're going to focus on sensory detail. Let's talk about what you see, what you wear, what you eat, and what you create. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse here, and this one says, pause and savor the results of your success. So pile 4, your wealth is visible and luxurious, but it comes with lessons in self-reliance and releasing perfectionism. You enjoy success without needing everything to be perfect or overly controlled. I think sensory-wise, you're going to have this stylish, slightly playful wardrobe rather than overly formal wear. And I think that your home is going to feel like comfortable luxury, cozy textures, warm lighting, elegant accents, and I feel like you're going to eat meals that are both beautiful and nourishing. So think of things like colorful charcuterie boards or a farm fresh vegetable platter or whatever it is. I just think that your surroundings are going to feel abundant yet lived in and approachable. Maybe some of you here create a home office or creative space that is both functional and visually inspiring. Maybe some of you here allow yourself to enjoy small luxuries like a favorite coffee or boutique decor or a weekend outing without guilt. I can also see some of you here delegating tasks like cleaning or editing or bookkeeping to maintain balance and enjoy life. We also have Sun, enjoy success and happiness. So this is all about joy and vitality and celebration defining your abundance. I think that success feels cheerful and energizing rather than stressful to you. Maybe some of you here host friends or family for meals or creative sessions where you enjoy the fruits of your work. Maybe some of you here incorporate playful elements into your career like fun videos or interactive workshops or live events. Or maybe some of you here have days that include sunshine or outdoor activities or experiences that really do invigorate your spirit. Next, let's talk about how you get there. We'll talk about the path, the transformation, or the shift that is needed to manifest this dream life. Let's tie it back to real world action. We have the Seven of Wands here, and this one says witches should hold other witches accountable. So I feel like progress comes from courage. It comes from standing your ground, and it also comes from you defending your vision. I feel like you don't back down from what you know is right for you. So I can see some of you here asserting yourself in business negotiations where you ensure fair compensation or favorable terms. Maybe some of you here maintain boundaries with clients or colleagues or family while pursuing your goals. Or maybe some of you here advocate for your ideas or projects in meetings or pitches, even if it's initially met with some skepticism. We also have hidden familiars, allies, natural assistance, divine support, and comfort. So with this, support is all around you, pile 4. Allies, mentors, tools, and opportunities are going to appear naturally when you need them. Like for some of you here, maybe a friend or a mentor or a collaborator unexpectedly offers guidance or connects you to a valuable opportunity. Maybe some of you here notice synchronicities in your daily life, like the right resources or contacts or ideas appearing at the perfect time. Maybe some of you here feel reassurance from the small signs, things like texts or emails or chance encounters, and they remind you that you're supported. So let's continue talking about the signs to look out for that you're aligning with your wealthy dream life. We'll talk about the synchronicities or the emotions to keep an eye out for as you step into your wealthy dream life. So we have the Hierophant in reverse here, and this one says, tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. So alignment is going to show when you break free from outdated structures or norms or advice that no longer serves your path. Your wealth is authentic and very much self-directed, pile 4. So this is you trusting your instincts over conventional rules, like creating a unique business model or content approach instead of copying trends. Maybe you question traditional career advice or you craft a lifestyle that works for your life goals. Maybe some of you here explore alternative financial strategies like investing or creative entrepreneurship or unconventional partnerships. We also have last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. And so this is all about mental clarity signaling your alignment. I think that you're going to notice when the thoughts and the decisions and the opportunities that are right for you align logically and creatively. So maybe this is you taking time for brain dumps, things like journaling or strategic planning to clear out any sort of mental clutter before you go for big decisions. Or maybe you notice that opportunities or solutions appear once you've processed your thoughts and you've clarified your intentions. Maybe some of you here feel lighter and more confident making decisions after detaching from societal pressure or outside opinions. Let's get some additional info here. We have a Dala horse, and this one says Dala horse lucky in Sweden. Increased luck. Dala horses came about through a combination of long winter evenings, offcuts of wood and paint pigment from local copper mines in the Dalarna region of Sweden. They're now the country's unofficial symbol. They were originally plain wooden horses, but in the 19th century it became common to paint them in vibrant colors. Red is the most popular, but each region has its own style. How to capture luck: place a Dala horse on a shelf in your home or give one to someone for luck when they're celebrating a big life event such as a graduation or a marriage. Now, I like to say this on my channel always, that this is by no means me telling you to culturally appropriate it by any means, but what this Dala horse means for you in this meaning is luck, protection, and cultural blessings supporting your abundance. I think that small symbols or practices to reinforce your fortune and success are going to be key here. Look out for timely opportunities, clients, collaborations, or maybe even a financial boost that seemingly comes out of nowhere. I think that you're also going to notice repeated signs of luck or encouragement in your environment, which reinforces your confidence. And maybe you display or carry some sort of symbolic item, like a Dala horse or a charm or a token to remind you of that support and prosperity. Let's roll some astro dice to get more info for pile 4. We have Mercury in the 7th house. Oops. So abundance for you is going to come through communication and collaboration and relationship-based ventures. Wealth is going to flow to you when you connect and negotiate and share ideas with others. So for example, maybe this looks like business partnerships. Maybe some of you here co-run a YouTube channel or a podcast or a coaching practice where your ability to articulate and mediate and connect with your audience or clients directly generates your income. Maybe some of you here will be working on collaborative projects. Maybe abundance will grow through contracts, collaborations, or joint deals like affiliate partnerships or brand collaborations or co-created digital products. I also think that this could talk about networking and social presence. I think that your wealth is going to build as you refine how you communicate in public. Maybe this is through clear branding or engaging storytelling or client relations. I also feel like this is relationship-based sales. Maybe some of you here thrive in work that involves client trust, things like real estate, consulting, maybe even creative services where your words and your rapport convert to profit. I also think that this could talk about teaching or meditation roles. Maybe some of you here will prosper by guiding others in communication, maybe teaching or counseling or negotiation work that bridges understanding and builds harmony. All in all here, pile 4, I feel like your abundance looks like thriving connections. It looks like eloquent exchanges and profitable relationships that are built through communication and trust. Thank you so much, friends. Comment below which pile you chose and one word or emoji that describes your dream life energy. Let's claim it into the universe. If you felt this reading, remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who's manifesting abundance too. Your next level life is already unfolding, and all you need to do is say yes to it. If you feel like going deeper, I've got my private readings, my online shop, and my podcast all linked for you below in the description of this video. I am so honored to be connected with each and every one of you friends here. I'm sending you lots of love, Tidal fam, and I will see you on the next video. Bye friends. Love y'all.